Let's face it, saving money is difficult. Not joining your friends for a night out on the weekend is boring. Cooking dinner at home is time-consuming. Driving a new car around looks so much cooler. It's all too tempting to put off home purchase and pay rent for the convenience of now. However, there's only one direction rent is going: up. Landlords require the rental income to keep pace with inflation, whereas mortgages are fixed for 30 years. If you refinance it down the road, the monthly payment goes down. I'm not telling you something you don't already know. Your instinct tells you that. Your parents hopefully tell you that too. For most people in most circumstances, renting is the financial equivalent of throwing money away. Do as you please, but I want you to be financially successful. If you plan on staying in one area for more than 3 years, it is almost always make better financial sense to purchase your home than to rent. It can be a difficult process, especially if you have not been properly aligning your finances towards home ownership. However, with most things, everything starts with the first step. No, our family did not help us with our purchase. Yes, we saved every penny to make it happen. Here are 5 tips on how we saved our down payment. 1. Cut all unnecessary expenses ruthlessly. It is all too tempting to sacrifice your ultimate objective for temporary pleasure. Resist it. Are you eating out every night of the week? You need to cook at home more often. Are you going to Starbucks before going to work every morning? You may want to start brewing your own coffee. Friends inviting you out to the bar? Why not invite them over for a drink instead? Need new clothes? Instead of splurging, you should consider going to a thrift store. There's a trade-off for every decision you make. The goal is not to make your life miserable. If you love trying the newest restaurants in town, instead of going out every night of the week, how about twice a week or once a week? You can argue, if you cut out coffee completely, you can save a lot more money than brewing at home. In that case, it depends on your utility function. What makes you happy matters. The key is it cannot be excessive. As a side note, owning a brand new car can be one of the biggest hurdles for young people of financial success. It is a negative asset that only devalues over time. Classic cars can be an exception, but I'm talking specifically about brand new vehicles. I drove a 7-year-old Prius with over 220,000 miles. There, I said it. 2. Pay yourself first. There are ways to trick your own brain. Pay yourself first when your paycheck hits your bank account. Set a goal for how much you will need for the down payment. Decide a realistic timeline for you to save that amount, and pay yourself that monthly portion at the beginning of every month. Human beings tend to give in to the temptation when you see money sitting in your account. It makes it easy for the average person to feel no big deal to spend a little. However, that habit can snowball, and soon you will find yourself putting all your task of saving money until the next paycheck. Pay yourself first. Bills, expenses, entertainments all come later. 3. Create a budget sheet and avoid debt. How do you know if you're overspending if you do not track your spending? Measure what areas you tend to spend on. What are your weaknesses? Which areas can you cut down? Create a budget sheet. QuickBooks is a great tool for household expense tracking. I use a simple Excel spreadsheet. Anytime I spend $1, I add that to my budget sheet. No need to let budgeting overwhelm your life. Once a week, balancing should work wonders. Last, debt should be avoided at all costs. No spending any money that you do not have. Exceptions exist. There are good debts out there, such as a mortgage. However, personal debt, credit card debt, auto loans should be avoided like a plague. 4. Set goals and gamify your life. The saving process does not have to be painful. It should be rewarding and enriching. Once you set a goal for yourself, create some checkpoints to reward yourself for the good job you have done. If your goal is to save $20,000, set a milestone for when your saving hits $10,000. Reward yourself with a nice dinner out with your friends. Gamify your life, where you unlock rewards at every achievement. A great app that you may find useful in tracking your habits and goal progress is Habitica. 5. Don't let money be a source of argument. If you're in a young household, besides managing finances, there can be many more stress and multifaceted challenges. Do not let a positive, rewarding experience turn into a source of stress between you and your spouse. Have open conversations. Decide together what your priorities are. Recognize the personality differences. If both of you are completely on the same page, wonderful. If one of you prioritizes home ownership while the other prioritizes driving a new car, recognize it. Decide together how you can both achieve those objectives with a realistic path. Which objective comes first? The task of financial management can be a shared or delegated task. You have your partner. Let life settle around your situation. Ultimately, money is important, but not more important than family, not more important than feelings, and definitely not worth arguing with your loved one. There you have it. No magic bullets. There's only 2 ways to have more money. Increase your income and decrease your expenses. It all comes down to how you can achieve that in the most effective and painless manner. There are also alternative options for young families to home ownership, such as down payment assistance programs, low-income charter for developments, etc. Ask your local real estate experts for more information. No one will ever demand you to be successful in life. It is a decision and an action you must take in order to make it happen. Do not let the someday be an excuse to fool yourself. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please take a moment to like it and hit subscribe. Normally, I would say you can also set up a time with me to grab a cup of coffee so we can discuss how real estate can fit into your financial picture. Instead, I'm happy to offer a video call to maintain healthy social distancing. This is Danny Lau. See you next time.